in the world.
Wow.
Billions and billions and billions of people know this woman's face and name.
Man.
But here's the irony. She's barely known in this country.
Oh, she's huge worldwide.
Enormous. And it's perfect. It resets our perspective because we think that the world sort of revolves around us. Well, that's not necessarily the case. There is a whole other world out there that just don't care what's going on here.
Oh, there is.
Yeah. And not only is she the world's most famous movie star, the world's most beautiful woman.
Wow, no kidding.
Yes.
Wow.
Stunningly.
Well, who is this wonderful woman?
Her name is Aishwarya Rai. She is the former Miss World.
Really?
Stars in the film Bride and Prejudice. And we're gonna have her come out here, and it's going to be amazing. And it's going to change how you look at not only your world, but the entire world in which we live.
I can hardly wait.
Paul, our next guest is often called the most beautiful woman in the world as she stars in a new film entitled Bride and Prejudice, which opens in selected cities on Friday. Please say hello to Aishwarya Rai, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for being here. Now, I've tried to explain a little bit about who you are and where you're from and what you do. Why don't you help us out here? Where are you from?
I'm from India.
From India?
I live in Mumbai. And,
Mumbai. Now, that used to be Bombay. Right? And they changed it when?
Not so long ago, but so we're still getting used to calling it Mumbai because it's Bombay for us. But they changed it right back to Mumbai because that's what it used to be originally.
And Bombay came with the British colonization, as it was? Yeah. And your family still lives there?
Yes, yes.
And you work in films in India? And this Bollywood thing, was I right about that also?
About calling it Bollywood?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. B from Bombay, Hollywood from Hollywood.
Yeah.
She likes it.
But is that where it comes from, the Bollywood?
Well, I assume because, yeah, that's probably how it got identified. And initially, when I listen to my seniors, they're not extremely ecstatic about the fact that that's the way it's referred to. But now it's down in the dictionary, so that's the way it is.
And it is a thriving film industry, isn't it? Like 800 movies a year.
Oh, yeah. Those accounted for, yeah, plenty.
And how many films have you been in?
About 25 now.
And what was your biggest film, your biggest worldwide film success?
Well, I think the first movie that not so long ago was Devdas, that premiered at the Cannes Festival, and that kind of got people talking and noticing me.
Yeah, and are these films done in English or not English?
No, in Indian languages, in Hindi. In Hindi, that's a national language, yeah.
And how many languages do you speak?
Well, I can speak about 4 languages.
What are those?
And Indian? I do understand, yeah.
Okay, tell me the 4 languages.
Hindi, Marathi, my mother tongue, Tulu, and broken Tamil as well.
Wow. It's just crazy because here in the United States, we speak English.
Yeah, so...
And you speak like nearly a half a dozen languages, isn't it?
Yeah, because in India we've got even more languages with the number of states that we have. We've got plenty of languages in India.
Now I'm right about this. Globally, you're an enormous star, aren't you? You could go to any place on the globe.
No, it just evokes from you, so...
No. But now, how did you get into your first... by the way, do you live with your parents? Is that true?
Yes.
Is that common in India for older children to live with their parents?
It's fine to live with your parents because it's also common in India that we don't have to take appointments with our parents to meet for dinner. So.
Oh. I think we've learned a little something here tonight. So how did you get your first job in a film?
It started with, yeah, because I first went into modeling, which happened by accident.
Well, how did that begin? And what age did that happen? Were you a young girl when that began?
Yeah, Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of times here in the United States, we hear stories where young girls are discovered and they'll be like 16 or 17 years old, and then they go on to become famous superstar models. Was it something like that?
Yeah, not a very different story.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into doing this?
Well, the other guy was sick one day, and
You're smooth and you're
came right in.
fun, so...
Yeah. Now, is this movie, the new movie, The Bride and Prejudice, it's like a Jane Austen, but the Bollywood thing, it's all musicals, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And are all of the movies you're in musicals?
Yes, the movies in India, a lot of them are musicals,
And why is that? Why are they so popular there and not so popular in this country?
But that's definitely the Indian movie format. It has been so for a long time, and it's what we've grown up on, and people absolutely love it. I think it's also reflective of our culture, which is a celebration.
Yeah.
So we have songs for every festival, occasions, weddings, and it's kind of, I think, this whole thing of art imitates life and vice versa.
Now, do you have dreams for your
It's been a part of Hollywood as well.
Well, yes, I know, but yeah, well, I guess
People
like
still regard it
Chicago
magical.
recently was a musical production. But in the old days, like in the 30s and 40s, it was a lot of musicals in this country. But and then it comes in cycles.
Right.
Did you see the Happy Days reunion? An idiot. But would you would you do you see it? Do you see a time when you might move to Hollywood? Would you ever consider that, or do you want to stay in your native country?
I'd be happy to stay in my country, but we're gypsies. I mean, I think as actors or people who belong to the fraternity, you travel, you go where work takes you. I don't at this point see any reason to have a permanent shift of residence. But...
Yeah. All right, we want to show a little clip of your movie, The Bride and Prejudice. Can you tell us what we're going to see?
Well, it's definitely a scene that I relate to as an Indian, because when people come down to India, they think, you know, going to the five-star hotels or seeing the palaces of India, and that's all that there is to India. So I'm, as Lalita, standing up in defense of that, against RC.
All right, so we'll see some of that here.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look.
I'm sure you think India's beneath you.
If I really thought that, then why would I be thinking about buying this place?
You think this is India?
Well, don't you want to see more investment, more jobs?
Yes, but who does it really benefit? You want people to come to India without having to deal with Indians.
It's good. Remind me to add that to the tourism brochure.
Isn't that what all tourists want here? Five-star comfort with a bit of culture thrown in? Well, I don't want you turning India into a theme park. I thought we got rid of imperialists like you.
I'm not British. I'm an American.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. There we go. Yeah. Well, it's very exciting to meet you. And the film opens on Friday. You must be very excited about that, huh? Yeah. And well, I certainly hope you come back and be on the show again.
Oh, any time.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed the experience so far?
So far, yeah, it's been wonderful.
Yeah, good. Oh,
There's
that's
more?
Well. Yeah, there's a little more. It's a great pleasure to meet you. Aishwarya Rai, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Three Doors Down.